Welcome back, everybody. Whole new project. So I'm kind of excited about this one. Been thinking about this. I think I even mentioned it in a couple of my other projects. And what we're going to do is take this humble piece, which is called a GPU hanger. As you can see, it has a lot of complex shape to it. And we're going to try to break this down into components that, when put together, will resemble this, but will also be good for mass production in a uh, mold injection environment, which will significantly reduce the overall cost to the consumer, which is always a good thing. And it can be a little more versatile and maybe even spawn a whole new age. I don't know. But if you look at this, I'm going to try and hold this up to where you can see. For any molded part for plastic, when plastic is liquefied and forced into a mold for or with hydraulics, the you always have to have what's called draft. And I wish I had a box or something that would help with the illustration. Well, I take this thing for instance. This is actually probably a blob, like a solid piece with just a hollow tube. Kind of looks like a solid test tube, and it has a hole in the center, and then they heat it up, and there's a mold that goes around it, and then they blow air in it, and it poofs up to this. But in order to get the mold off, all all of these have curves and drafts are just slopes. So if you have a rectangular piece like this, and they all have straight edges, when it goes to try and they have push pins inside the machine that will release the mold so it can cool and they can do another one. If they all have straight edges and there's no draft, then when they push it, it wants to stick and stay. And it could weaken the material, it could cause cracks and breaks. So this piece would definitely have to have, there's no way, well, I can't say no way because somebody could do it, but it would be super expensive because they would have to have inserts that are controlled by mechanical means to, once the mold is put in place, they would have to have a lot of rods and things depending on how the pour is oriented. Um, so this, as it is now, great for 3D printing, and you could probably do a massive sheet metal fold type situation with it, which that would be an interesting video in and of itself, which I don't know if I would even want to attempt that. Um, but anyway, so in looking at this, um, and I looked for a processor, a graphics processor, a GPU, to show you how this works, but the only two that I have that aren't being used don't fit in here at all, and it's because it's very old models. They're 2 GB, which they're just not used anyway. So probably when they went and designed this, they designed these for 4 GB and up, which makes sense. Um, but anyway, the holes here, the slots here, I don't know if you can see that. A GPU, let me see if I can bring up a GPU bracket here. Whoops, let me try this. Actually, I can just probably bring up, oh, you know what? I have, let me see if the See if the part I downloaded a while back ago has the bracket in it. Pretty standard bracket. Yeah, here we go. As far as this part goes, is this? Yeah, the highlighted in blue. I don't know why it's covering all that. It must be the way they did the model. But anyway, this bracket here is these tabs slide into the slot that I showed you before. And then this piece here rests on this right here. And then what you do is you angle it with the GPU attached, slide it up into a wireframe, and then it hooks on, and then you can slide it back and forth. And they're really neat. They use them a lot. 6 of these plus some other mounting hardware for like the motherboard and the an ATX style power unit. What? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry. um, they will run you for a set of 6 of these, $60. And these cross. It actually comes with 2 sets of these cross members, and that's for 3D printing. Some of the older 4 GB GPUs, and I think even some 6 GB ones, have the DVI connector. Uh, Whereas if you look at this, these are all what is that? They're not HDMI. No, HDMI and I forget what the other one is. But anyway, the DVI connector is big and bulky and usually runs into these, or the VGA. Um, well, no, not VGA, just DVI. So you can just snap these off. Well, and this becomes an open window. So when I design this, I'm not going to need this at all. So, and breaking it down into 4 pieces, a base, this edge here, I'm going to have as a separate piece. This right here is going to be a separate piece. And then this thing right here is going to be a separate piece. And those all will be modeled to a point where they can all either press fit or be glued together to form a complete assembly. So, sorry for that long-winded explanation about everything. I will get started here. Let's start off with the base, and I have my measuring device. Micrometer. And I'll just get some rough out-to-out dimensions here. Okay, my fingers don't work. .625, it looks like, by all that 2 inches. It's like 1.89 something. I'll just do 2 inches. That should be fine. The other thing that you have to keep in mind is your break line. Now, like with this example, the break line is probably, if I remove this wrapper, there'd probably be a seam. Yeah, you can see there's a seam along here, and that's where the 2 halves come together. So the center line of this molded part is the break line. and that's where everything, so the two halves come together. Once it's formed, then it splits off, and then probably an air uh, just gently blows it out and pops it down into a cooling basket or something. So for this, I think I'm going to do, just depends on the part. I think for the first part, the base part, I'm going to do a center line in the middle here. That way the draft that I put on there, it's going to be 1.5 degrees. That's standard for anything or anything up to 2 inches thick. And then you increment between 1.5 and 2 degrees. So let's see what the thickness is on this, because it's almost 0.25. Seems pretty honky. I guess we'll keep that. And let me remind myself of what this was again. I'm going to just go with 4.625 by 2. No, I want the center rectangle here. And then this will be 2. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to extrude this, but I'm going to do it with a draft. And we're going to go 1/8 of an inch top and then 1/8 of an inch bottom. 0.125, and then direction 2 will be 0.125. And then I'm going to add a draft, and I want a minimum of 1.5 degrees. So it's hard to see, but yeah, there you go. You can see that it's starting to slope in towards itself. Let's do 1.5 degrees. There you see it's giving it a little bit more. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Now that should do it all. Oops. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Now that should do it all the way around, you see. Yep. All right, and we're going to go ahead and make this material. Let's look at the list here. Don't need steel. I want plastics. Let's see. I think an ABS is fine. I'll have to double check. Yeah, I believe ABS is fine. So this will have a seam, but it won't be very noticeable. All right. Now we get the dimension for this, which I'm hoping, give me a 0, there we go. I'm hoping for the same, that they maintain the same thickness. Yeah, pretty close. So that's fine there. Now, here's the other thing. When I'm doing this cut, since I'm cutting all the way through, I've got to keep that same line of separation, that same plane. So I will be doing an extruded cut on the top plane, and then extrude cut in 2 directions like I did with the extruded fill. So we're gonna sketch on there, and I want 0.25. I want corner rectangle. All right. So I want 0.25 all the way around except for my leftmost side. Oops. And it's doing it again. I've got something going on with my graphics. I don't know what it is though. All right, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let me see if I can get this. 1.09 exactly. If I do 1 inch, that'll make it slightly bigger, which is going to give it a little bit more clearance for some things. Okay, so we're going to go with 1 inch. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill at these corners. And let's see, let's do 125. Ooh, that seems a little big. Let's split that in half. Yeah, I like that better. All right. That's done. And then we're going to do an extruded cut. 2 directions. And we're going to go through all on both. And we're going to add a draft. Now, here's the thing. You got to make sure that the draft is going the right way. See what? Okay, will you stop? All right. If you look at the way the draft is going, it's actually getting smaller as you're pulling out of the part. That's not going to work. It'll never release. So you want to draft outward. And that'll do all the way around. All right, now I need to accommodate for all of these extra pieces. And what I'm thinking of is slots, or maybe even like a rod. I'll try and do slots on this. See how that works. See how that looks. All right, so on the thin end, we've got this. It's going to be a separate piece. So that's going to be over here. And then on the far side, I've got a piece going here, and then a piece that's going to be going here. Now this is going to be different because these pieces, I want them to kind of be press fit in, or at the very least put in and with some glue, something that'll like fuse it. So let's look at that here. That will be, let me see here. I need to make sure I pick the top, and then I want to select the bottom, because the bottom won't have the top. The bottom will not have the extrusion, but the top will, because that's what needs to slide into. So I want to draw my smallest part from the point of where it starts, which will be on this side. Now that's not going to be the same on the opposite side for this piece here. this piece will be, no, I'm sorry, this piece. This piece, since it's being my smallest cut, will be on the top side. So these two will be, sorry, these two will be on the bottom side first. All right, and I think what I want to do is slots, straight slots here. So I want, you know what, let me get that in. And we're starting on this side. So there's a mounting hole, and that's to help secure the plate. And I want to put two in there, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I gotta make accommodations for that. Um, in fact, I need to do that now. That way I can imagine it in there and then make sure my slots don't interfere with where those holes need to be. So let me open back that the 3080 that I have a model of. And what I would really like is, this is hard because I don't know if this is exact. Oh, bubbers. Come here. You coming to say hi to me? You gonna say hi to everybody again? I don't know why he decides he wants to come and get love, but always when I'm working, sir. All right, go on now. Let's see here. This does not look like any of the brackets that I've seen downstairs. I think I'm gonna have to kind of eyeball it here. I wonder if there is a see if they got some dimensions on these. All I need is the top. It's like I said, they're all pretty damn standard. That's for network cards. That's PCIe low profile. What's this one? That's a vertical graphic. Okay, that's not what I want either. Well, that's crazy. See if I can find one that has some dimensions on it. Well, here's this, but it doesn't really give me what I want. Oh, that's like a, it doesn't look like a standard one. Okay, I just need the whole distance. Come on, guys. Give me something here. Serious. I just want the mounting hole distance. Oh, for Pete's sake. It's not. It's a standard, and nobody has it documented. Seriously? This is dumb. So 3 wide. Oh my God, how hard is this? Oops. Sake. I don't get it. Well, this is not what I planned on doing for this. This is so annoying. Gotta love our helpers, that's right. Can I? Okay, I don't want dual slot graphics card. All I want is this measurement from here to here. That's all I want. Okay. Yeah, single slot, half slot, dual slot. I can't seem to find the dimensions anywhere. Yeah, welcome to my. All right, let's imagine that this whoever it was that did this got it right. We're just gonna go. I can't do. Maybe I can. Here to here. Let's just do that. Oh, all right, let's go with that. All right. I'm gonna put these on here. Those are gonna be construction. They're gonna be in line. Put a center line between them. What just happened? Oh, okay. That was weird. Okay. What? Why does my shit keep disappearing? I've got to figure this out. All right. Now I can make these equal, and we'll also make these very small. Oh my, why? I'm guessing probably 2mm or 3mm screw, so I'm just gonna do it like that. And I want the midpoint of this midpoint of that, and I want that to be coincident. There we go. So that's where I need to stay away from. That's all I wanted to do this for. All right, now, what's that? 0.118, okay. And then that I can, that doesn't, and I'll make this, we'll make that as a 0.25 across, and I want at least 1/2 of half. So I think 0.05 is fine. And then let's make this 2.5. And we're going to move that to the center. And then I want another one. I'm going to go from here to, no, let's do it this way. Let's go here to here. Make sure that grabs right edge. Then I'll put that to there. And then I'll have to get these dimensions when I do the male part. This is the female part here. All right, let's go with another slot. All right, and we're gonna just make this the same as this. Okay, that actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. All right, I'm okay with it. Here. And we'll take this and make it equal. All right, now I need to do the same thing. Let's see, I'm designing for this and this rest along here. So I'm going to utilize the same principle and make this easy. Actually, what I'll do is I'll mirror the extrusion, or the extruded cut. All right, so let's do an extruded cut. And yes, we want it to go through all. And we want it to have a draft. And that's fine. Yes, that will work. Okay. And then I need a mirror plane on this, the midpoint of this. So we'll do a plane. Because if I select the plane that's here, it's going to be the center of the whole thing, and I need it as the center of the opening. So I need that, and I need it to go to this midpoint there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and label that as opening mid. Okay. Now we're going to take this and mirror it. Okay. And then, honestly, well, no, I can't do it that way. Let's see. I can do. Now to do the other end. And I should be able. Let's see here. And now I'll just recreate it. It'll be simpler. And those openings are. That's something else I'm gonna have to double check. That's. I may have to make that one side thicker. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's view that way. Mm, this. Oh, mm. Actually, I want to do this one the same way. Make it consistent. And I want. Here, the outermost should be 0.125. Okay, that's okay. That's what I was hoping for. All right. Just match it up. That's not what I meant. Let's try that again. Slot. All right, follow the same principle through all. And I have to draft outward on that. So these holes are going to look slightly bigger than these ones. That'll give the directional as to which way that's going to go. All right, now these are going to all have a slight rounding from the tooling. Now, if I do that, that's just monstrous. I think I can get away. So I think their straight bit has some rounding. I'm trying to remember. See, even that's too much. That's 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm hoping that's right. If I remember right, that should be, I think that's the smallest they'll go, honestly. Oh, why did it do that? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Mhm. No, 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 no. Now I'm getting confused here. Wait, what is it doing? Hold on, hold on. Projection, only the bottom will be. Okay, so that's true for this side. Went all the way around. Because that's just the way it'll be. Oh, also the inside here. Yep. Oh, oh. And this will be, and then let me verify here. Yes, this opening will be. Oh, for Pete's sake. I think I got everything here. Now you may be wondering, well, why is it only the larger opening? Well, when they machined this, you gotta imagine that this is gonna be a solid plate that's gonna have post machined into them. The top part won't be rounded because it'll be a flat machine going around and around and around and around to cut it out. But once it hits down to the base of the part that holds everything else in, there's going to be a slight curve for the tool. The tool's going to have a slight curve. Might be a chamfer, might be a curve or a radius. All right, we're gonna save this part, and we need to put that in its proper place. Days. That's fine with me. All right, now the next part, I think I'm gonna do this piece here, which will be inserted in here. Still curious about this hole. All right. And this is just a lip for it to rest in. Kind of keeps it secure on that part. Let's see, if we have that molded, then I'm going to want the cutting plane to be where the inserts meet this piece here. All right, let's see if we can do that. So I'll go on the top plane, and I'm going to draw a box. That should give me, yep. Okay. That's the top plane, which is going to be this right here. So that's not going to work. Redo this part here. It's going to be 0.25. 0.25 by 2. Okay, zoom out a little bit. And we're going to have a height. 0.233. We'll make it 0.25. Just give it a little more. All right, now here's where it's tricky. I'm having that be the split. So I will taper this in by 1.5 degrees. That's 0.25. Yeah. And then need my little cutouts here. So we're going to go on this side. Make that ABS as well. Oh, no, no, no. That's ABS PC. That's not what I want. Oh, for Pete's sake. ABS, okay. So I need the bottom. It's really thick. All right. All right. So can I get it in there? Yes. 0.3, 0.3, 0.325. All right, so I want, Jesus, I lost it again. Then I need, no, that's, shit, I screwed up. Crap. This, then I need this. Okay. Now, this, it's got to be symmetric. 0.325. Here to here. 3. There. It's also 0.3. Now I only need to cut up just a smidgen. That's basically the thickness. Yeah, 0.05. Yeah, 0.05. All right. Now I want that to be drafted, but I want it to, no, that can't go in that way. Out. It has to draft outward, yes. All right, that's good. And then I need my pieces. may have to modify these. What is that distance? 0.25. Okay, that's at the largest. Still going to be the same. Okay, all right. So let's see if I did this right. See if I can do this. All right, I'm going to do a sketch on here. Oh, I've got to start big and go down two. Okay, all right, that's easy enough. So I need an offset. Let's get rid of this one. Yep, I got to do this the right way. Front plane, and I want it to be flip offset 0.25 that way. Yes. All right, now I can do my, okay, yep. Tab offset. This goes here, and that is 0.05, and I want those to be, oh goodness, I wanted them to be 0.25. All right, 0.20. Actually, I'm gonna have to decrease that even more. That means I'm just gonna have to modify the size of the others, which is fine. That's easy to do. Boom. It's gonna be equal slots. And I want that in the center. Same with this one. Right. Yeah, those are, I might have to make those the same size as this. I'll have to see what it does here. Let's extrude. I'm gonna go up to next. 1.5 degree outward. Yeah, it doesn't like it because it's not big enough. All right, let's change. Let's change it that way. Try again. Up to next. There we go. it should be going this way. Okay, I was looking at it wrong before. Pulls out, yeah, okay. Now we just go back to here and modify, which one was it? It's this, so it's the side, so it's this one here. That one. Oh, I did that off of that. Okay, I gotta change them all, which I probably should do anyway. That's that. Give some more room anyway. I'm okay with that. All right, let's make an assembly here and we'll test these out and see how they look. And let's bring in, oh, whoops. I need to name this piece. Oh, I also need to give it the treatment. I think it was, yeah. All right, boom. That's, these. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute though. That's gonna be, yeah, that should be right. Yeah. Slot. Call this slot. Do slot catch lock catch. I like it. Slot. Now, can I let me see if I can, it's been a while since I made it slot, so bear with me here. Why is that piece longer? Oh, that don't make sense. That's weird. is that off? Thought I had the same dimensions and shit. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at that and see what I did. Because obviously that is not where it needs to be. Why is that so close to that edge? That is a little bit disturbing. So it's not centered on there. I can move, let's see, how much of that? Oh man, that is huge. It's almost a half inch. Okay. I'm making them a little bit bigger so I could pull it over, but by how much? My goodness, it's crazy. What's that? 0.0. Oh, yeah. Let me write this down, see if I can't. 0.039136662. Because I really don't want to move this closer to that edge. That would just be silliness. So let me see if I can manipulate that. It wants to come. This one's fine. That's good. That's okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do needs to come in this way by that much. What I need to do is get a center to center on. Let's see this. I can do it this way. That would be easier. Evaluate from here to here. That should be the same. Yeah, okay. Let's see what that does. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. This. Let's make these 0.5. Hopefully that gives me enough material to do this with. And it does. Okay. Alright. Back in business. How come that don't look right again? No, that's right. Okay. Goodness gracious. Alright. Alright, now the assembly should look. Oops. We'll hide that now. Alright. Much better. Okay. There. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak these parts out. Because that's just gonna look awful. I mean, you're not really gonna see. Wait, what's that? That's the edge of that. What about if we look at it from the top side? Or the bottom? Well, that's gonna look funny. Oh, I forgot one. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this again here. I want it to nestle on top of this. What is this distance here? I don't know if I can get it that tight. Let's do that. Fine. Let's see what that does. I know that'll fix my left or right. That's okay. So now I need that. Actually, I need the slot to come that way, so it pushes that way. Which I what is that? This is going to be difficult. If I slide the slot, that means it can go only in one way, which is always good when you're doing slot, or hole A into slot B or whatever. I think I need to move it the distance, whatever this distance is, here to here. Yeah, 65.
be on the center. So get rid of that. That was the wrong one to get rid of. You know when this happens. Okay. That was the one. Oh, that was one. There we go. Still want it to be straight. I'm gonna make this that dimension that I was wanting it to be. All right. Let's see how that works. Now I may have to flip it. Yeah, I'll have to flip it around. Take these and remove them. Let's go and we'll spin it this way. Let's get rid of all those mates. Delete. That way I can bring it up in the air too. That's not what I meant. That. There we go. Yeah, now that looks beautiful. I'm okay with that. Now, what's it doing here? I think there's going to be. It's not exact. I need to check that, but I'm not going to do that. So close. There's something wrong. How much more do I need? I need to. I don't know why I didn't pick this up before. Maybe I didn't pick the right edges. Let me try this again. Two plus. Yes. What? I'm sorry, what? Never seen that before. What's they doing to me? That's really weird. There it is. Boom. I like that. Oh, that looks sweet. All right, so far so good. Let's see. Hey, Levi. Yeah, just my expertise. I understand this perfectly. Well, I've got, God, what, maybe 200 hours of different designing different things. So, if you go back and watch all that, you'll understand a little bit better. And this is actually a little bit more complex because it's solid modeling with plastic mold injection. Taking something that was 3D printed and trying to make a series of components that went together will do the same thing this does, but it can be mass produced faster than and cheaper than these. Whoa. All right. I didn't realize how fast time's been flying by. Let me take a quick leg stretch and restroom break, and I'll be back very, very soon. All right, and we're back. Nobody else in the chat's gonna know what you're talking about there, Levi. Stick to recycling smoke grenades and filling pickles. I know what you're talking about. Anybody that plays Rust knows what you're talking about. All right. That part is done, so that looks good. And I think I have time for one more part. So let's see. Which one do I want to tackle? The easy one or the hard one? This one's going to be really difficult. Let's see here. Oh, actually, that's not going to be too bad. I think I can do that one. Just making it fit pretty like this one. That's going to be the challenge. And I should probably open that up. Maybe a hair? Nah, I think the press fit will work. I think you can press fit that stuff. They might like heat it up to a certain degree just to get it a little more pliable and then put it together and then let it cool together. And then it just holds it in place. You wouldn't have to have any glue or anything like that. Yeah. What is your personal favorite model you have made? Currently, right now, my favorite one is the one that I did last episode or last project, and that was the generator that I made. Where is? I just want to see the assembly. There it is. And there she is. And if I turn that bad boy, well, I'll change the transparency. Air intake, divides air intake, spins some turbines, turns the generator, and creates power. That's my favorite so far in this channel. There's other stuff I've done professionally. Yeah, don't save. So right now that one's the most complicated, and that's because let me show you this here real quick. Station rotor blade. Because each of these are individual pieces. And that's a pattern. If I turn off mates, oh, for Pete's sake, come on. Let's press. There we go. All these are individual parts that would have to be machined. Probably cast them and then machine them. Well, should watch the channel more often then. It is cool. Now, if I could get that actually into production, I definitely want to make that. I might have to do some creative proof of concept prototyping, which I've been thinking about that a lot. So, oh, I guess I can leave that open. Hey, babe, did you put water in this? And ice for me? You filled me up? She can't hear me. You did? You're awesome. It's so refreshing, so tasty. Dare I even say, yummy. All right, next piece. Don't have much time.
Okay. I want to do this complex part first. Oh, Annie, you just get off my computer, sweetie. There you go. Yes, I know. Okay. This is going to be difficult, but it needs to have a slant that way. Oh, man. All right, let's try this. I think for this one, my break line is going to be this right here for this piece. Oof. All right. So we'll start off. So I'll make the top plane my seam. And we're going to do center rectangle here. Boom. And I already know it's going to be, let's see, it's going to be basically 0.25 by 2 again. Actually, it'll be smaller than that once I get the adjustments in, but we're just going to go with it. 0.25, and that's going to be 2 inches. Hello. Well, let's go smaller. All right, now the height of that is going to be, that's the same. Oh, there it goes. 0.28. And that's actually, yeah, 0.28. We'll go with that. That looks pretty typical on that. All right, so I want it to go downward. So we're going to go that way, away from the plane. And I said 0.280. Okay, that's my plane. I want the thickest part to be at that, so that's going to decrease in size. 1.5 degrees, so just like that. Yep, yep. And then I'm going to do an extension from that. Oh, let's get the material. And I'm going to double check what material I will be using, and then I'll change it in here accordingly. But for right now, it is what it is. Okay, so let's do the whatchamacallits here. It's the same setup as far as, let's see, this is going here. No, here. This one's going here. All right. Actually, from here to here is what I want it to be. Let's look at these. View those. And and I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get them kind of centered, and then I'll modify so it only goes one way. I think that will be, whoops, I think that'll be the way to do it. So from here, hey, Paladin. Oh, you might actually like this idea. I'm redesigning the GPU hanger to a mass-produced manufactured part using plastic mold injection. So lots of trickiness on this. So this would be my take on it, which should reduce the cost significantly. I mean, if these are mass produced, you're talking maybe at worst case, maybe $5 for the whole assembly, maybe 2.5. I don't know. I would have to get price quotes and stuff on it. The big expense would be the molds that they have to make. They have to machine those, and then you have to, do you want long life, which can be long life, medium life, or just shit life, where the tolerances don't matter, and it's a 10,000 unit run, and then they can throw the thing away, or they use a higher grade steel metal, and you can go up to like 1 million. But of course, that always incurs cost. So I did a lot of this type of stuff back when I was with Alexis. This was kind of one of my fortes that I did, was learning and doing plastic mold injection for enclosures, some pretty crazy enclosures, in fact. And I'm also thinking I might put a hole here just for consistency's sake, because this is going to cool a lot faster than this, and that's going to be a problem in production. Hmm. Well, I hope I don't give offense to these guys that are actually producing these. So, I mean, if they chime in and they're like, ah, you stole my design, rah, 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 then, I don't know. I don't think so, because they seem like pretty cool guys. I think it was, what, Chump Change and who was the other guy that, Red Fox? I don't remember. No, Levi, you got it right. You got it right. And Paladin is well aware of what these are, so he's probably even ordered some. And the cat comes through again. Bubbers, do you mind? It's like, Dad, I want to show. I want to be too. All right, back at it. All right, where am I here? Okay. So if this is going to be my pull out, then yeah, let's do this. I need, takes 1.5 hours to 3D print one of these. Yeah, yeah. No wonder it takes, when the orders come in, that it takes a while for them to get printed. The cool thing is, with this process, I can actually get some better uh, stamping for, like, oh, what's it called? People that want to uh, branding. That's what it's called. So I could actually get some branding on here as well. Even hell, I might even start what is that, a GoFundMe page or something? I don't know. I don't know if anybody'd be interested in seeing this happen. I'd have to get quotes and then see where it would go from there. Okay, enough of that. PLA is not a no. PLA is definitely not as strong. And plus, the design I would make, you wouldn't these cross members wouldn't need to be in there. Yeah, I would probably. I'm double check. I gotta double check on the plastic, but I think ABS would be fine. I would just have to make sure. Okay, back at it. Let's do this. So from here, I want a plane, 0.25. Yes. And we're going to sketch on that plane. I did not want it to do that, but it's symmetric, so it doesn't matter. Let's see here. I want slots, and I know they're going to be a certain distance off of the center. Oops. That way they only go in one way. Um, I do want them in line with that, so that's going to be vertically attached. And I'm going to throw a dimension on here for now with the knowledge that I'm going to have to change it later. It might have to go the other way. I don't know for sure. So that should lock those. These are all going to be the same equal slots. Boom. And 0.05, and they're going to be 0.125. Now, I need to get the distance on those again. From this one to this one. Yeah, there it is. Come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. That's what I want. Okay. So I'll probably make those. I wonder if carrying that to the fourth place is going to be crazy. Probably 0.811, like if I do drawings and stuff for it. Okay, from here we do an extrusion. We're going to go the opposite way up to next. Where are you? There you are. And we're going to draft outward. So hopefully I picked the right side. All that is good. Yes, indeed you do. All right. What do you think? Do you think, Paladin, do you think the guys that actually make these would be offended? I mean, I've mentioned it before, oh, like when I first joined the Hobbyist Miners Discord, and they were like, "Yeah, go for it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I don't know if that has changed because it might be really expensive for them to make these. Who knows? And they'd be like, "Yeah, if somebody can do it that way, that'd be even better." All right, now the next step is this top part here. This is going to be interesting. Because I'm having that be, ooh, so the mold will have to be, oof, this is interesting. Okay, gotta think of how this is gonna happen. And we're gonna go 0.25 up, I believe, to make it the same. Gotta have that same thickness for PMI. With the exception of this piece. This piece, I'm not gonna be able to do that, or that part. Let's see, so I want a block. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, what is this step off here? It's very small, 0.08. These were 0.05. All right, let's go with 0.08. So on here, I'm going to sketch, and it's going to be even bigger. Oh my goodness. It's going to come that same width. Oh, but it's not going to be centered. Shit. Let me redo that. Well, I can do a center point rectangle, but I just need to have it like this. Left and right, it will be fine. Actually, I'm going to make sure those are mated on the vertical. And that's going to be collinear with this, which should drive that to be okay. All right, so we have 0.8 or 0.08 and 0.08. And then we have there our total width 0.598, so we'll make it 0.6. All right, I'm going to extrude that up. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, I have to do the draft that way. Should be fine. All right. Well, that's one solid body. Okay, that's fine. Boom. And it's tapered all the way around. So I should have the same taper, but it's breaking away from my seam line. They had a chamfer in here, which is fine. We can do that. And actually, I kind of like that. And I may even match that over here. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's 0.25 thick. 0.2. Let's try this. Now, let's get a little bit more. What is that distance here? Oh my God, I can't see. Oh yeah, that's pretty close to an eighth of an inch. All right, we'll go with that. I like it. That's easy to do. And then I need a cutaway through here. Whoops. And 0.16. What does that give me here? 0.1.
Let's see. Points. Vader, what are you doing, son? He keeps doing this. He wants my attention. Go on. You need to stop. I know you want love. I gave you a bunch of love today when we were watching a movie together. All right. Let's try. Let's try this. Let's do a sketch here, and I'm going to go. Goodness. From here to here. And I want to see what 75 gives me. And I'm pulling away. What is this distance here? I just want to know. Yes, don't, yeah, make the dilution driven. I just, oh my Lord have mercy, 0.08. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I would like a little more for cooling consistency and stuff, but I think that'll be okay. Now we can't have a block. All right, so I want to extrude cut that. What's the depth on that? 0.265. Something ain't right here. From there to there, be 0.5. I'm a little confused what I did here. Just try this again. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. There has to be an extrusion downward. That's what I need. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Then I need that to come down. Hmm, 0.125 is fine. Cool. That works. 0.125. Now I need that to be the same as this, so we're going to put that taper in there. And that should be it. That should be a moldable part. Okay, so for this is going to all be, let's see here. So this will be a solid block that has these milled out, and it'll have another piece over here that'll be this mold. Just have this big old chunkin' thing. looks like that sticks out way farther than it should. Did 0.08 on that. Yeah, okay. All right, so that means that my all of this here will have rounds. That should too. That's going to be a cavity, so that should. That will, that will, that will. That. There might be pieces I'm forgetting here. We'll see here. That should as well. Yeah. All of these will. That shouldn't. This will, this will. And that will. Should. Now they'll. No, I can't have that because that'll be basically mold fill. It'll just have a seam line there, which is fine. Okay, I think that's that. All right, test fit and then some adjustments. This one I said was going to be, shit, I had a name for it. Ah, GPU hanger. Oh, come on. Lock, and then the last piece will be a GPU hanger slide. All right, let's put this bad boy in and then make our adjustments. Where is the slidasm? There it is. All right, let's get out of that. Oh, I can turn that off. Come on. All right, let's bring that in. Ah. Lock. Here we go. And going there. That goes this way. Ah. Oh, hello. Come on, wake up. All right. Now, I made this down. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go the other way with that. And I believe that dimension was the same as my fillet radius. So let's go back to that. And that's going to have to go away. And I got to bring that down this way. I'll dimension it. And I believe that's going to be my 1/64th. 0.1564. Yeah, I believe that's right. I will double check that. This is the, whoops, where's it? Slot plane. There we go. And I can turn that off for now. All right, there's that. Should be able Little too much. I'll have to fine tune that later. And I'll have to adjust the size so it fits inside just like I did over here on this side. I made it like very pretty. And basically the idea is make these components so that they are press fit together in an assembly. Because there's just no way, unless you want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for mechanical inserts and pivot pins and to do that. That would be just absolutely nuts. Let's see where we at. All right, yeah, we're at the time. All right, it looks like got some fine tweaking to do with a couple things. Um, and then from there, get the last piece on, and this will be a pretty short project. So we'll see. So stay tuned. Next week, we'll have more fine tuning and getting this last part in. And I don't know if I'm thinking I might even there's a couple places where you can submit your parts online and they'll actually give you a quote based on certain parameters. So if you guys want me to do an episode where I do that, definitely leave a comment in the comment section when this goes to everybody and let me know what you think. That's something that you guys would be interested in seeing how that works. So, and then we can keep up with it. Then I'll get phone calls all the time. When are you going to spend the money on it? Yeah. All right. Thanks to everybody for watching. I will see you next week where we should be able to finish this up and then figure out what you guys want to see afterwards. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was great having you, and I'll see y'all next week.